back to Taste of Asia at home. Today I'm have a new setting. This picture next to me was presented to my dad at his 60th birthday party at the Unknown Association in Baltimore, Maryland, in Chinatown there. And it has special significance because a lot of the skills and the background in Chinese food and the fact that it's in my blood is due to my dad. So it's a tribute to him. And today we're going to do a dish. I'm going to try a little experiment with a whole roaster. I'm going to try and debone the whole roaster and keep it whole. And we're going to make a lemon chicken with that. It's a braised lemon chicken. A recipe from my first wife, and this is also a tribute to her, one of her special dishes that I really loved, and she has since gone, but her spirit lives on. So this is a tribute to Kim Man Chin, and I hope you enjoy the recipe. Okay, everybody, we're ready to get started. I have the camera focused above the cutting board. And normally if we were just going to debone this chicken, we would make 2 cuts and go side by side. But this time I'm just going to make 1 cut down the middle. And what we're going to attempt to do is keeping the knife close to here. We're going to try and just take the skin. And then remember, there's two joints we have to get rid of. We have to get rid of the joint here where the wing is hooked on, which I have just gone through. So the wing is loose now. The other joint is the leg, which is going to be a little harder. But what you want to do is you want to reach around where that joint is with your finger and kind of pop it loose. I have that bone loose also now. And you just follow the bone around like this, and I'll turn this around and I'll show you. I'm going to do the other side. See, I'm trying. Always keep your hand away from the knife when you're doing this. Follow it around. I see the problem. I have the wishbone. I still have the wishbone attached. There we go. Now I got it. I was going behind the wishbone. This is the wishbone here. Okay. So follow this around, trying to even save the skin from the here. See, I just popped that loose right there. And then now we have the carcass right here of the chicken, but we're going to follow it down and get the breast, remove the breast meat intact, or as mostly intact as you can. You can't see the side that I'm doing now, but I'll show you better on the other side. On this side, we're coming around. And once you get it here, you can follow the breastbone around. Actually, what we're doing is we're removing the carcass. Of this bird. Follow down the breastbone. Well, there you have that part. We didn't leave much meat, but this can can use that for soup. If you turn this over, you can lay that flat. That's your chicken. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you remember, I'm going to remove these leg bones by following around. The structure of the bone. And I'll show you a trick when I'm done this. I pulled this loose. Now, you see I've got this loose. If I strip this out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack that bone so I can leave the tip of the drumstick intact. Take this part of the knife, crack it. Then you remove any bone fragments. And if you flip it around, you see what you have. All you have is this left and the wing. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to take that bone out. See, I have this bone. You can use this bone in the carcass and make some good soup and take the meat off of it. Okay, so now the last thing is to remove this last bone. Follow the shape of the bone. You can even cut this down a little bit. Put your fingers around both sides and then pull. And that removes this part of the bone. And the tricky part is this part here. You just kind of want to follow it around with your knife. I know this is a little bit of an advanced dish, but it'll give you a chance to practice your skills. Always be careful with the knife though. See, I have it pulled away, stripped. I hold it near here, the edge, crack it, then cut it off. And remove any bone fragments that you cracked out. That's it. The next thing is we can reassemble this like a chicken. Actually, if we turn it over, I'll show you what it looks like. Fold the wings up. There's a dish you can do with a duck where you actually even have to leave that other cut on the back and leave the whole duck intact, and you stuff it. But for our purposes, this is fine. You see what we have now? We have a boneless whole chicken. The only bones in it are the wings and the bottom of this thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to braise this with a lot of garlic and a whole lemon. You know, brown it on both sides, and then braise it for about half an hour or 40 minutes. That'll be the next step. Welcome back. Now we're going to continue on with our lesson on the lemon chicken using the whole deboned chicken. And as you can see on the countertop here, I have laid out is 6 ounces of water, 1 whole lemon cut in half, 4 large cloves of garlic thinly sliced up, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1/3 a cup of Kikkoman soy sauce. That's what's the flavoring ingredients for our chicken. And I will pause the camera and we'll go over to the stove and I'll show you how to brown the chicken. Okay, now you can see we're over by the stove and I have preheated this jumbo cooker, and I also have the chicken laid out on the platter. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of oil in this jumbo cooker, and then we're going to lay it skin side down in the pan. A couple tablespoons of oil and swirl it around. Then we're going to carefully lay this chicken in here skin side down. And you can turn the fire down a little bit. You don't want it all the way on high because you don't want the skin of the chicken to burn. And you can rotate the oil around and hold the pan up so when you tilt the pan like this, the oil will run over to the side and brown the rest of the chicken. And you can check it with a spatula or a fork to be sure you're not burning it. What you want to do is you want to brown the surface of the skin, then evenly. Then when we turn it over, as we're turning it over, we're going to add in that garlic, and so the garlic and the seasoning will be on this side of the chicken, the meat side, so it's going to flavor the meat as it cooks. So the object is to brown the skin, turn it over, add the seasoning, and then the liquid. When the liquid comes to a boil, you'll turn it down to a simmer and braise this chicken for about 30 to 40 minutes. You can even check it with a regular fork and see how your skin is doing. And when it's brown, that's when you'll flip it over. And I'll show you how it looks when at the next step. Okay, now we're ready to perform some magic. We're going to take 2 forks, dab it in here, flip that chicken. And you can see how it's brown. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour off a little bit of this oil. Okay. Now, I'll pick it up, toss in my garlic on the bottom, swirl the pan around. Then I'm going to squeeze the 2 lemons. You can get your fingers in there and get all the juice out of the lemon. One. See how I rotate my fingers around and squeeze all the juice out of the lemon? You can actually sit them in there for flavor. I'm going to pour the soy sauce over top. And then I'm going to add the water around the sides. Then we're just going to cover it and simmer it for about a half an hour or 40 minutes. And maybe the last 10 minutes you can flip this chicken over and sit the skin side down in the sauce, and that'll give it an even browner effect. Then when the chicken's done, we'll split it in half and take it over to the cutting board and slice it up and arrange it on a platter. Okay, now we're back. You can see that our chicken is done now. I've been cooking it for about 10 minutes on the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it by the breast section and I'm going to transfer it to the plate. And I have 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch that I'm going to thicken the juice that's going to go over top. And you can strain the garlic out if you like. Doesn't need to be real thick, but you're going to ladle this over the chicken after you cut it up. And that's how your sauce for your lemon chicken. I'll pause it and we'll take this over the cutting board. And we'll cut this chicken up. Okay, let's finish this dish off. Good thing about this dish is there's no bones except for the wing. And the tips on the drumsticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate the wing off first of all. And arrange that on the platter. And then I'm going to split this down the middle. And then I'm just going to slice it up. Turn around, start on my other side. You're cutting through right here, you're cutting through the thigh and the drumstick. And you're just leaving that little nubby tip on the end of that drumstick. And then we'll arrange our last few pieces. Okay. Now, take that off to the side and bring our sauce over that we've thickened up. Ladle a generous portion over your chicken. And then I julienne some of the lemon for a garnish, with a little bit of scallion mixed in there. And there you have it. Whole boneless lemon chicken. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Taste of Asia at home. Whole boneless lemon chicken. And don't forget to put the 2 tablespoons of sugar in. That's one thing that when I was putting this together, I forgot, but I put it back in. There you have it. Thank you for watching.